What is up, everybody? Glad to be bringing you another G.I. Joe classified review. And today, we're heading back to the jungle. And if you saw my Recondo video, of course, there is a tag team partner, so to speak, that runs with Recondo, and that will be Tiger Force Bazooka. Let's talk about it. So yeah, the other side of the equation for the Tiger Force team is Bazooka. Of course, there are other members of Tiger Force. There's Duke, there's Flint, there's Outback, there's a whole bunch. But shipping now, showing up in stores, are the newest Tiger Force members to the classified line. That is Recondo and Bazooka. I found Recondo yesterday. I was very fortunate. I went out this morning to run some errands, went by my local Target. They were doing an actual reset of the aisle where the G.I. Joe classified figures are, and Bazooka was there. They had just were actually putting him out as I went down the aisle. And for those that don't know, it looks like, at least if this is any indicator, the Bazookas are 6 to a box. Now, a lot of people have been seeing the Python Patrol Viper and the Python Patrol Bat showing up in great numbers. Same for Outback. So my assumption is they are all showing up in like a box to themselves. So a box of Bazookas, a box of Outbacks, etc., etc. So if you're looking for these figures, I think they're going to be a plenty, even though we've waited well over a year for these figures at this point. But yeah, I told myself I wasn't going to get Bazooka because I've never been a huge fan of the character. I wasn't a fan of him basically from the cartoons, because in the cartoon he was kind of always a dopey guy. And he was always like falling and stuff, and his bazooka would go off and blow up like a whole bunch of bats and stuff like that. And I never really had a great feeling about him. I did have the Tiger Force version of the figure. So I said, heck, there it is. I pretty much decided I'm going to collect the Tiger Force edition, so I might as well get all of them. So, FOMO, call it what you will, but it looks like it's going to be a fun figure, so enough of talking about it. Let's actually jump into the review. Here he is, David L. Bazooka Katzenbogen, if I'm pronouncing that right at all. I love how sometimes they can just call a character by their code name, and then other times they have to completely rename it to because of rights to the name or whatever the reason is. But yeah, here we go. He is in that plastic and cardboard box that is going away. Like I said, these figures were due out well over a year ago, so they're in the old school packaging that most collectors, I think, prefer, but it is what it is. It's going to be going away very, very soon. You're already starting to see it in stores. But that being said, of course, we got the front of the box. You can see Bazooka in his number 14 jersey, kind of his staple, as long as that awesome mustache. It's just been a mustache kind of weekend, getting Recondo and now Bazooka. So we'll have to see who has the best mustache of the two. But anyway, so got our Tiger Force logo down here. We've got his name, some really cool art. Not as big of this art looks nice, but I was noticing when you turn around to the side, I'm not sold on this art. Nothing against the artist who did it. I'm just not personally sold on it. Just a little too, I don't know what to say, but it's still cool. Far better than I could do. And then, of course, the back, you got the typical jungle background with the Tiger Force logo, your legalese. And then on this side, you've got the replacement file card, which there he is for, I guess this is heavy ammo or missiles, bazooka, what Bazooka is known for. And then there's another one just like it. So I have no idea what the difference between these two are. Explosives, that makes sense. And that's a Spartan helmet with a line through it. So I have no idea. All I know is that Bazooka's a big guy, and we're going to get him out of this package, and we're going to get right down to it. Okay, so we've got Bazooka out of his plastic prison, and the first thing you'll notice is, at least with mine, I've got some bowed legs. Now, obviously, this is probably just from him setting inside the package, but, a little bit of a bummer. Nothing, these guys are kind of gummy, so you can flex them a little bit. You can use a hair dryer or boil some water and get these, pretty much bent back into shape. But, it is what it is. Sometimes this happens. He's still able to stand, so that's a good thing. But yeah, this is the larger buck of a figure, so it's heavier. It's just overall a larger size figure than your average classified figure. And I'm trying to figure out if this is a new top or if it's been used previously. I'm looking at it. I'm going to assume it's a new one. If it's not, drop me a comment and down there somewhere and tell me if it's the same, if it's been used before. But it looks new to me. So, of course, it's the number 14 jersey. It's got this weathered effect that's really cool. He's got this belt. He's got the typical green and yellow tiger stripes. Boots that may or may not be used on other characters. I'm turning around to see if Slaughter's got the same boots. He does not. Slaughter's got the lace-up boots. So these may be new boots. I'm not sure. Again, if you recognize them, let me know, because I like seeing what the figures are made of. The arm sleeves may or may not also be new, or they actually might be shared with Sergeant Slaughter. So the lower forearms, they look like they might be. The face sculpt is where this guy shines, though. Again, we've got another mustached Joe, and I tell you what, that could give Recondo a run for his money. We'll have to compare him here in a minute and decide who's got the greatest stash of them all. But the hair, that is such an 80s haircut. Got the part right down the left side. And yeah, he's got the typical G.I. Joe classified articulation, so I'm not going to go too far into that. Now on the back, you've got his peg hole for his backpack, and of course, we should probably get into talking about his accessories. So let's do that. Oh, before we get into the accessories, I did forget, this is number 54 of the series. Recondo is 55, this is number 54, so I apologize for not mentioning that earlier. I just kind of went right past it when we were looking at the box. So, Bazooka comes with, of course, his classic helmet. If you know Bazooka, that's what he wore in the G.I. Joe series. This one is in orange, so it's got the loose hanging down strap. And it pops right onto his head, fits perfect. And that looks really, really good. That looks great. I love it. It's on there tight. It is not going anywhere. So we've got the helmet. And of course, we've got his backpack, as I mentioned earlier. And if you remember, the backpack on the original figure had 4 missiles for his bazooka. And here they are. I'm going to put that down. Give you guys a good little shot of what the missile looks like. Very detailed. Very nice. And the other nice thing, it seems, is that these actually plug in. They slide down. Maybe I'm putting them in upside down. That's probably the case. Yeah. So they slide down and in, and then they also lock into place. So he comes with 4 of them total. So we'll just put them in real quick. And I mean, it's as easy as what you're seeing on the screen. Just boop. They pop right in. They secure. And yeah, that looks just like, that's just a modern update to his backpack that he came with in the 80s. I love it. So of course, mentioned that peg hole. Let's just put it right in there. And boom. Looks great. Now you'll notice he's got another little area here to hold something. And if you are thinking, oh, I bet that's a good place to put his bazooka, his rocket launcher, you would be correct. And they did a great job on this. It's in the green, but they gave it some black here to kind of make it pop a little bit. And that's actually hollow. I bet you can put a rocket in there. So it's got the trigger, and then he's got the actual point you can grab it and his scope. So let's just take a quick look at that one more time. It's very nice. Oh, well, that comes right off. And I don't know what that S is, but that's, you can actually see all the way down that. Huh, that's interesting. So yeah, I don't know if that's meant to come off, but that's pretty cool. Of course, you can line it right back up. So yeah, real quick, you can just plug it in right here. Actually, it'd probably be easier if we took the backpack off and plugged it in, whichever way it may go. I'm assuming you'd want I assume you'd want this to go outward so it's not rubbing up against your figure. There we go. Oh, well. Oh, there we go. It actually goes in this way. Does it? Yeah, it goes in that way. So it actually, that's kind of weird with the, I'm not sure how I feel about that. it makes sense if this just didn't stick out so much. But yeah, so there we go. We've got Bazooka. Again, I've mentioned it before, I love how these figures are able to hold on to everything, store all their accessories, and this is a solid figure. Oh, I said I was going to see if one of these missiles fit inside there, so let's just check it out real quick. So let me take this guy off real quick. Even with that goofy leg, he's still standing very well. So I assume if I can get the right end, oh yeah, there you go. I wonder if I was to push this all the way in, oh, I don't think it'll let me. Cool. So you can actually leave it in like I was wondering if you took off this end, if that allowed you to, if you got the missile stuck, if you could just push it out. Maybe that's what it's for. But yeah, that's really cool. So I think really quick, I'll just put the bazooka in his hand. Put the bazooka in Bazooka's hand. Do you call it a bazooka or do you call it a rocket launcher? Because I would call it a bazooka, but then I'd probably confuse myself because I'm talking about the character Bazooka. Nice. So yeah, there's Bazooka. Still stands great with that, even with the rocket launcher in his hand. But the big question, of course, is who has the greater mustache? So if we bring in Recondo, who is it? Tell me in the comments. Who's rocking the better stash? I mean, that's a toss-up for me. But there you go. There is the review of the newest members of Tiger Force to the classified line. Well, that was fun. There's the newest member of the Tiger Force line, Bazooka. This is just, we're just falling apart here, folks. This is fantastic. We'll try this one more time. Hey, if this has been an experience, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, tell me about Tiger Force. Who's your favorite Tiger Force member out and classified right now? Is Bazooka one you're going to pick up? Are you going to wait for the OG style in the blue jersey to show up? Obviously, this guy is going to be just a repaint that you're going to get here in probably sometime in 2023, but maybe that's the one you're looking for. For myself, I'm probably going to stick with this guy because he's pretty cool, and I'm just going to stick with the Tiger Force theme. Again, thanks for talking with me. I've got more videos coming up this week, more Masters of the Universe, more Joe. Appreciate every person that comments. Appreciate you watching this, and have a good day.